right, so if you've been in my classes, you know that I'm always talking about the lines of the body and making sure that we move in all the directions. We ignite and engage the muscles and all the different sides of our body. So we move forward and back, flexion and extension, often. We twist, often. And I've got lots of sequences in the videos that take you through that. And then we do side bends, right? Really finding length from the armpit to the hip, down in the body. Doesn't matter where the hand is. So it's really important. Today we're going to talk about those lateral lines. We have talked about the way that this part of the body can feel like an accordion, just really collapsed and lacking air, like an accordion that's just squished down. And how when you activate those three movements, really, flexion, extension being forward, back one movement, twisting being a second movement, and then lateral bends being a third movement, when you ignite that, all of a sudden it feels like we are long and tall through this space. This space is what I want to work on right now, talking about how its strength supports so many other things. So we're going to come to our side plank kind of pose. And again, if you need anything underneath the knees, then you could put a blanket underneath the knees. And if you need anything underneath the wrists, feel free to put the fingers curled around a block. For side plank in particular, you could also be on your forearms. That one is an easy way to take any pressure off the wrist and find it along the forearm. So to start, let's just leave the right knee down, extend the left leg back, and come up to this position. I want you to think about the shoulder being right on top of the bottom wrist in a nice straight line, and the same thing, the top hip right underneath the knee. To begin, you might just think about this diagonal space between the wrist and the bottom hip lengthening. So you could feel like this hip bone is being pulled up and away from the bottom wrist. Pull that up and away. Nice. If this shoulder doesn't have any issues, feel free to let that arm extend. Beautiful. And then choosing if this top leg would like to rise. There's two lines of the body here now that you breathe into. You take your breath and you reach it down into the bottom hand and up into the top fingertips, stretching distance across your wingspan. And then secondly, from the crown of your head down the body to the heel of that lifted leg. Deep breath as you stretch in place there, feeling the lines of the body. Beautiful. Those two places intersect right at the heart lungs. Notice that intersection point. Beautiful. You'll come down and you can practice the same pose on the other side. Grounding into that one hand, lengthening the foot back beyond and lifting that hand to the sky. What I want to tell you while you're practicing your second side is that you can also practice with the feet extended so that the bottom knee isn't dropped. And so if you feel like pulling that hip away from that wrist can lift and you feel like you can stack and the bottom wrist is okay with it, your head stays in a nice straight line. Breath is still good. You can come to this extended version of the pose. Maybe top leg lifts, maybe not. Beautiful. Exhale and come down. That's how you practice side plank. Choose how you might want to do it. Maybe practice each side on the knee to begin, just feeling where the work's coming from in your body, feeling this extension across the lateral lines of the body. And if all feels good, wrist strength is okay in the bottom supporting wrist, then see how legs feel long. You'll know right away. And please keep the knee down for as long as your body requests that knee.